them separated.
Hey! Now you're talking back to me. Take them out.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Pay no mind. You're under 18. You won't be doing any time. Hey! Come out and play. It goes out the same as 1,000 before. No one's gonna swallow, no one's gonna destroy. Whatever it is, free of death and violence and hate. It's gonna tie your own rope, tie your own rope, tie your own. Hey! Now you're talking back to me. Check him out.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Now you're disrespecting me. Check him out.
Gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Pay no mind. You're under 18. You won't be doing any time. Hey! Come out and play. me do. Sit easy, get right here, man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to bring it home to me. I've got some good on love, and then I got to go and show. When I get the way my thought and all, you know you'll be around for more. Oh, run on down by the gazelle. Drugstore love, brand new thing, let me light your chemicals. So mama, I'm sure I'd handle now, yes I am. Speak loud in the world, and I'm a man with the greatest fear. Got to knock on me, but I can love you better than him. Take my hand, don't be afraid, I'm gonna prove every word I say. Advertising love for free, so you can bet your bet with me. Oh, run on, down by the gazelle. Tips in love, right little thing, let me light your chemicals. So mama, I'm sure I'd handle now, yes I am. Hey. Hard to handle that. Sit baby, here I am, a man on the scene. Give you what you want, but you got to bring it home to me. There's a good no love, and then I got a little more in store. When I get the baby thorn and all, know you'll be around for more. Boys run on down by the gazelle. Tips and love, pretty little thing, let me light your chemicals. And mama, I'm sure I'd handle now, yes I am. Yeah, how to handle that? Yeah. Boys run along without my love, but your drugs don't love. Pretty little thing, let me light your chemicals. And mama, I'm sure I'd handle now, yes I am. Yeah, hard to handle that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, hard job. Now love. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Now that you're out of my life, I'm so much better. Thought that I'd be weak without you, but I'm stronger. Thought that I'd be broke without you, but I'm richer. Thought that I'd be sad without you, I laugh harder. Thought I wouldn't grow without you, now I'm wiser. I'd be helpless without you, but I'm smarter. Thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. Thought I wouldn't sell without you, sold 9 million. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder, I'm a survivor. a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. After all of the darkness and sadness, sun comes happiness. If I'm surrounded by positive things, I'll gain prosperity. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. I'm a survivor. Some things never seem to change, and every day I stay the same. Moonlight swelling through the trees, it never seems to wane. Sometimes I feel like I'm a silhouette, like my imitation leads me towards regret. Sometimes I wish that we had never met. I'm faking every step, stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
Disconnected, out of mind, I'm unaffected by the times. Misdirect me on a dime, break me with something slight.
Born in a compromise, raised on white lies.
They say the road to hell is paved with gold.
At 25 I feel content with caution, dodging my halo, dodging my halo, dodging my halo.
You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Uncomfortably numb.
We're undone and uncomfortably numb. The seasons change, we stay the same, so we're blue in the face. I need the pain to soothe my brain.
You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
Uncomfortably numb. We stay the same. The seasons change, we stay the same.
We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
I know she said it's alright, but you gon' make it up next time. I know she knows it's not right. There ain't no use in lying. Maybe she thinks I know something. Maybe she thinks it's fine. Or maybe she knows something I don't. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of trying. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me you might just let it go. And oftentimes we're lazy. It seems to stand in my way. 'Cause no one, no, not no one likes to be let down. I know she loves the sunrise, no longer sees it with her sleeping eyes. And I know that when she said she's gonna try, well, it might not work because of other ties. And I know she usually has some other ties, and I wouldn't want to break them. I wouldn't want to break them. Maybe she'll help me to untie this, but until then, well, I'm gonna have to lie to her. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go. And oftentimes we're lazy. It seems to stand in my way. 'Cause no one, no, not no one likes to be let down. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go. Harder that you try, baby, the further you'll fall. Even with all the money in the whole wide world.
It's time for Lincoln Potter's Baseball.
You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump
Today's
it up.
broadcast is
You've
brought
got
to you by
pump it
Stone's
up,
Radio
but don't you
Network.
know, pump
Now
it
let's
up.
potter up
You've
to the
got to
booth.
pump it up, but don't you
Hello and welcome to McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California for another great afternoon of Lincoln Potters baseball. The Potters have started the season 6-1 after last night's come-from-behind win over Northern California Baseball Club Alpha Prime to make it 2 in a row as they conclude the 2-game series today. I'm your play-by-play voice, Mark the Phantom Low, along with Riley the Engineer, and let's start the day with a look at the Alpha Prime batting order that will face Potter starter Andrew Ballantyne. Brock Zell is doing double duty, pitching and DHing. He's leading off. Alec Blair was 2 for 2 from the 3 spot yesterday. Rashad Hayes moves up from 9 to 7, and Bo Smith will get the start in left field. He will bat 9th for Alpha Prime today as they are playing their second game of the season. The youngsters will take on Ballantyne, who is making his 3rd appearance of the year. Last time out, he went 2 innings and struck out 3, gave up just a single hit. That was against the Alameda Anchors in the 22-4 win for the Potters a couple of games ago. So the left-hand route of Ceres, California, will try it again here today before a nice crowd out here on a Sunday afternoon, a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And out here enjoying a slice Sunday, Military Appreciation Day. We just had the VFW I think post 3010 doing the colors today, and they did a tremendous job as they often always do, and we get to enjoy watching them present the colors as Ballantyne warms up for his, I think, first start of the year. His first 2 appearances were in relief. He pitched against the Nevada Knicks on the first Sunday of the regular season. That was a week ago when the Potters lost their only game of the season. Then, as we said, came back against the Anchors and pitched very well against Alameda and went 2 innings and struck out 3. So Brock Sell's going to lead it off for the Prime, and then Luke Corneliuson and Alec Blair will be the first 3 hitters coming up against Andrew Ballantyne. The Potters taking tomorrow off after this one, and they will play again on Tuesday. We host West Coast Kings, the Kings with a couple of different traveling squads. I think they have the gold and the gray and the black. It is the West Coast Kings black squad that we will be playing on Tuesday. Then a day off Wednesday. Menlo Legacy come back in to visit for the 3rd and 4th times of the early season on Thursday and Friday. Then it's the West Coast Kings gray team, I believe, and then it'll be the Seals next Sunday at 1:05. Here's Brock Sell for 4 yesterday, did score a run, and he takes the ball, and we're underway here. First pitch, I'm going to call it 110, but that's just me. Left-hander works from the stretch. That's a high fastball. 2-0 to Brock Sell. Played right field last night and corked a great throw late in the game that had the Potters sent their runner, he would have been out. So I can see where the whole pitching thing is coming from. Misses with a slider outside, 3-0 to Sell. That one is in there for a strike. Ball 4, so Sell gets the base on balls. Goes down to first base. Luke Corneliuson, who was 1 for 2 in yesterday's game and scored 2 runs.
Now batting number 2, first baseman Luke Corneliuson.
So here's Corneliuson. That is in there for a strike. Gets ahead of him. No balls and 1 strike on Luke. Got him picked off at first base, but it's a tough throw thrown across his body to second, and they got him. That's a nice throw at first base by Jake Tandy, handled by the shortstop Mancy, and the tag is made. Good time, I think, Riley, for us to take a look at the defensive alignment for your Lincoln Potters. Let's start with Jake Tandy, who got the ball that Ballantyne threw over a little bit off target, but Jake threw it to short and got Mancy. Cole Dillon at second. Freethy is at third today. Malbro, the most valuable player of the game yesterday, and left Eaton in center, Doyle in right, and Andrew Sloan behind the plate. So a big defensive play for the Potters, and then a breaking ball that's in there, 0-2. Another breaking ball, called strike 3. So Ballantyne with a nice little run there, gets the pickoff, gets the strikeout of Corneliuson. 2 outs, and Alec Blair, who started in center field yesterday, was 2 for 2 with the base on ball, scored a run, drove in a run, and then he took the rest of the day off. Lefty against lefty. Sails that one in there just a little bit too high. Good looking pitch. One ball, no strikes. Fastball down low, 2-0. Right around the strike zone to Blair. Alec out of De La Salle High School, uncommitted as to his college choice as of yet. Had an impressive 2 for 2 last night, didn't hurt the cause. 2-0 pitch. That one sails just a little bit outside, so it's 3-0. Ballantyne walked the first hitter, Brock Sell, and he picked him off first with the help of a nifty play by Jake Tandy. Struck out Corneliuson on a breaking ball. That one is just a little high and outside, so very close on 3 of the 4 pitches, but Blair gets the base on balls, and Alonzo Alvarez will come to the plate. The catcher out of Heritage High School was 0 for 4 yesterday, did have a sacrifice fly, hit the ball hard just about every time, and did not reap the benefits. Switch hitter batting right-handed against the left-hander Ballantyne. That breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Alvarez. He's followed by Mason Pike, the second baseman, and Kyle Pedersen, the right fielder. Hayes, Yeltsin, and Smith rounds out the 9. Here's the 0-1. It's lined right to third base. Nice play, J.R. Freethy for the out. So no runs. We left one. We go to the bottom of the first. Prime nothing. Potters coming to bat.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not one but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Bottom of the first inning, Broxell on the mound warming up for Alpha Prime. Piper the Peacock making a late appearance, a belated appearance, but looks like he's still got the goods out there talking to the crowd down the third baseline, and they are very comfortably ensconced over there. A nice contingent of them down the third baseline, and they are now hanging out with Piper. Willie Preston, the greatest PA man in the business, bar none, said Piper goes to school. Still isn't done with school. I don't know. Piper seemed to me a little old for high school. I don't know. Maybe that's me. College? I don't see Piper getting into college. I'm just telling it like I see it. But, good luck to you in your studies, Piper. Piper went through, and now he's getting adjusted because his tail, he must have pulled something. Yeah, now he's okay. He's out. He got a little attention from Emma, the trainer, and all of a sudden the tail feathers are working a little bit better. She works magic. She's amazing. But I did not know that she was also a veterinarian. So that's a feather in her cap, pun intended. Very quiet obstacle course bounce house today. Although now that I say that, we might get some we got the bounce house. Regular bounce house has got some stuff going on, but the obstacle course one, which was just inundated with people last night, is a little bit quiet. Taking the day off, a little aftermath, a little hangover. So I'm sure it'll get kicking in about the third or fourth inning. Meanwhile, Cole Eaton, Luke Mancy, and Jake Tandy, the first 3 hitters for the Potters, as Sell concludes his warm-up tosses. JT Walden batting fourth. Let's take a look at it on the screen. What am I doing? Jacob Doyle hitting the 5th spot. Quincy Amalbro, the number 9 hitter yesterday, 3 for 4. He drove in 4. He was your player of the game. Andrew Sloan is behind the plate. And Cole Dillon moved from catcher to second base, and he bats in the 7th spot today. So here's Cole Eaton, 389 so far. He takes that inside, and we are underway bottom of the first inning. Cole has scored 9 runs in the 3 games he's been around. So he has been really good out of Elkhorn, Nebraska, and University of Tennessee. Sells fastball outside. 2-0. Andrew Ballantyne hitting about 86 with his fastball in the top of the first. I'm sure Carson will give me the info. Pretty soon there's a chopper out to shortstop. Hayes is playing short today across the diamond, gets him at first base. So Eaton is out 6-3. And that will bring up Luke Mancy, and we'll take a look at the defensive alignment. It's Bo Smith in left field today. Alec Blair back in center. Kyle Pedersen in right. Yeltsin at third. Hayes moves over to short. Pike at second. Corneliuson is over at first. It's Alvarez again behind the plate, and Brock Sell on the mound. Sell, fastball is from 85 to 86 because he's only thrown 2, and that's what they were. And he gets the strike right there on Luke Mancy, who's hitting at 368. 3 runs batted in for the University of New Mexico product. Takes a high fastball, which goes off the catcher's glove and bumps up against the umpire. You don't want to do that early in the game. Umpires have long memories. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Sell right about 85. Swing and a miss. That one, I took a lot off that one, and Mancy way out ahead of it. So Rock is ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake Tandy to follow. Popped up. It's going to get out of play. And does not affect anybody over there. Over by Hobby. Hobby from me, Ranchito, was up here earlier and telling a wonderful story. We talked about it yesterday, how it seemed like before the game the Alpha Prime people were very much drawn to the offerings of me, Ranchito, at his outside. We learned that Javi's daughter was working the front of the house, as they say, and she started to give a couple freebies out here and there, and soon word got out. Down in the dirt, 3-2. Soon word got out, and the Alpha Prime team making their way over there. And let's just put it this way. She was working for tips the rest of the night. She was not getting the hourly wage after that somewhat bad faux pas. But it doesn't matter because the guys weren't moving that well late in the game, so the Potters came back and got the win. So Mancy gets the base on balls, and here's Jake Tandy, who's been basically amazing. 452, 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Line drive, base hit, left field. Bo Smith comes up on it, and staying at second is Mancy, so Jake Tandy does it again. First hit of the ball game is, not surprisingly, from Jake. 2 on, 1 out, and here's our number 4 hitter, JT Walden. 3 for 8 since he got here with 2 home runs and 9 runs batted in. He's got 6 RBI and home runs. He's got 1 on hit batter, 1 on a walk, and 1 on a ground out. So he's running the gamut of ways to collect RBI. And he's got Mancy out at second base right now. Sell looks back at second. It's a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. Took something off that to get ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Got the Cowbells going early today on a Sunday afternoon. JT swings and misses another off-speed pitch, 0-2. Jacob Doyle on deck. JT watches that one go outside, so it's 1-2. Coming out of USC, JT Walden, Potter legend. Started the season with the 3-run home run. Then next at bat, he had a 3-run home run. So he started the season with a double bang, as Mike Breen would say. And since then, he had a big double in yesterday's game. That's a breaking ball inside. It gets away from the catcher, and moving over to third is Mancy. Staying at first with Jake Tandy. He wasn't sure that Luke was going. It's a good block by Alvarez, but he couldn't find the ball. And so now it's first and third. 2 balls and 2 strikes on JT. Chopper down to first. That's, I think, a foul ball, but it's called fair. And tagging first base is Corneliuson. He looked around, didn't know whether it was fair or foul, and the umpire motioned fair, and Mancy scores, and that's the first run of the game. And JT picks up another RBI on a grounder down the first base line. Potters score their first run of the game. And that'll bring up Jacob Doyle. Jacob Doyle, now 7 for 14 for the Potters since he showed up from University of Nevada, Reno. He has 2 home runs. He fouled that off. He has 7 runs batted in. Pike is trying to hold Tandy close at second base. Breaking ball stays high to Doyle. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roxell. Popped up by Doyle. Right fielder, that is Pedersen, moving over. Now it's Alec Blair in center field he really takes over out there. We noticed that yesterday. He makes the catch in right center field. Potters score once. We go to the top of the second. They lead 1-0.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Top of the second on a Sunday afternoon at McBean Stadium. Mark DeFenelmo here with you. Riley, the engineer, to my left. Willie Preston doing the PA stuff, the best that anybody's ever done it. Far to the left, the two interns, Jason and Carson. And the good news is that I've learned enough interns' names, and so now I can have my intern rankings. Last year, the intern rankings were hot and heavy. The top five, if I remember correctly, Jack and Dylan, CB, Matt, and Layla. This year, I finally learned the names of 5 interns, and so I'm almost ready to release the first edition of the rankings, which I will do later on today. But it's a much anticipated. Now, most of the interns don't know about the rankings, and so they haven't really been, out there busting their hump, as we used to say, except for Carson. Carson knew about him early, and he's used that to his advantage. Mason Pike takes outside. Mason was 1 for 4 yesterday. Puyallup, Washington for Mason Pike. He was shortstop. Now he is second base today. Right-handed hitter against Ballantyne. Lines one foul over the grassy knoll into a pole and just knocks it straight down. Nice job. Like when your tee shot's going way out of bounds, it hits a tree and drops right down. Not bad. 1-1 on Mason Pike. He's followed by Kyle Pedersen and then Rashad Hayes. 5, 6, and 7. That one sails high off the glove of Andrew Sloan. New ball in by the umpire. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball misses inside. 3-1. We had visits from both Fat Cat Catering. Bill came up here, and Javi was up from Mi Ranchito, probably because it's a warm day and there's air conditioning, but maybe because of our magnetic personalities. Hit well down the third base line. That's inside the line and past the third baseman into left field. Rounding first. He's going to go for 2. The throw comes in. It is not in time. What a nice throw from left field by Marlboro. But the tag applied by Cole Dillon, not in time. Head first slide. Mason Pike's in with a double. Close play at second base. Excellent job by Quincy in left field to pick that one up and gun it in. But just ahead of the throw was Pike sliding in, and here's Kyle Pedersen.
Number 27, right fielder, Kyle Pedersen.
His mom threw out the first pitch today. Amy, a middle school principal at 12 Bridges Middle School. Thank you, Willie Preston, who knows everything that's ever happened in Lincoln from 1900 until today, and everybody who's ever been around. Sails outside, 2-0. Now Nia is down there as an intern. She takes the photos and everything, which is great. Gives her a really good, really exposes her to a lot of attention. There's a chopper down to third. Play by Freethy. He's going to have a hurry at first. Did he get him? Yes. No, he did not. Pedersen beats it out. Staying at second was Pike. JR had to catch that one going away from the plate, had to turn himself around all the way and give Pedersen a lot of credit because he sped down the line and beats it out for an infield hit. Rashad Hayes will be the next hitter, the shortstop. So what I'm saying is Nia's trying to move up in the rankings even though she doesn't know about the rankings. And she is in the top 5, spoiler alert. I'll let that out. So first and second, nobody out. And here's Hayes. Check swing, didn't go. Breaking ball inside, 1-0. Potter's not anticipating a sacrifice for Hayes as Freely is behind the bag at third and Tandy is the same at first base. Not only a sacrifice, well, he shows sacrifice and he bunts it right back to the pitcher. Going to have to hurry to first base and gets him in time, but it's a beautiful sacrifice by Hayes. He moves the runners along. And with one out and second and third, Troy Yeltsin, the hitter, the third baseman out of Rockland, California. A University of Arizona commit, according to the roster prepared for me by Carson, desperately trying to get up in the rankings. Nice breaking ball by the left-hander Ballantyne in there for a strike on one. Same thing was chopped out to second base. It's going to bring the run in. Hilton is thrown out at first base, but Pike scores. This game is now tied at 1. It's an RBI ground out for Yeltsin. Moving to third is Pedersen, so he's 90 feet away from leading the game. Here's Bo Smith, who I believe, although Willie hasn't confirmed it yet, might be the Dueling Dogs batter. And this is a good day to go half off on Dueling Dogs. Oh, this is a fine day. Even Riley thinks it's a good day for half off on Dueling Dogs. Breaking ball, call strike one. 0-1 on Bo Smith. Bo's out of St. Patrick, St. Vincent in Vallejo, California. Hometown of yours truly. Popped it up, right side. Coming on right field, and Doyle's going to call for it and make the catch near the foul line. So Smith flies out to right field, but one run scores here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. We're all tied at 1.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
The race is in progress, folks. Our apologies. The race was delayed a little bit as everyone jumped the gun. I think it's the Rockland Pony League, I think. I'm not sure. It's Rockland something, and they all jumped the gun. And Piper says, if you guys want it that much, I'm getting out of the way and then pulling up lane. So Piper not able to keep up, covered maybe 25 feet and then pulled up lane. I don't know if Piper has a hamstring, but he just pulled it. We do have a winner who's the guy who sped around very quickly. Piper, get out of the way. They're trying to warm up, okay? You won't have to do that last week of school if you get beamed, okay? Stay out of the way. Some pretty good speed right there. I was quite impressed. And Piper, I think, to his credit, recognized, I ain't got it against these guys. I'm going to pretend. You didn't have to pretend you pulled a muscle. You're not going to win. Just kind of do that thing where you're doing running in place like the mimes do or something. Like you're going against the wind. I like that. That's a great one. That's so funny. Do it all the time at parties, which is why I never go to parties or am never invited. But it would be better than pulling the hamstring. I don't think you needed to do that. Prime scores in the top of the second. We are tied at 1. J.R. Freethy, it'll be Cole Dillon. It'll be Andrew Sloan. That is 6, 7, and 8 for the Potters against Brock Sell, who gave up one hit and a walk in the first inning. The run scored on a J.T. Walden ground out. Mancy, who had walked, moved on a single and then a wild pitch. And he scored on the ground out. So here's J.R. Freethy, who started yesterday, only had one official at bat, 0 for 1. He did score 2 runs in the game. Hits that one sharply in the hole between first and second into right field for a base hit. So J.R. wastes no time in getting the Potters' second hit of the game. Solid single to right field for the UNR product. And that will bring up Cole Dillon. Cole Dillon out of Rockwall, Texas, which is a tremendous name. It right immediately goes up into the running for best name. And University of Arizona. Rockwall, Texas. Tremendous. Throw over to first base, and Freethy is back. Luke Corneliuson at first base for Alpha Prime in this one. Cole was 0 for 3 yesterday in his debut. Did have a run batted in. Lines that one into left field, and he's got a base hit for the Potters. There's 2 hits on 2 pitches by the Potters, and they're in business here in the second inning. 3rd hit for Lincoln, and that'll bring up Andrew Sloan. Andrew at 167, 2 for 12 so far. The young man out of Sacramento and University of the Pacific behind the plate in this one. He's got runners at first and second. Quincy Malbrough, number 9 hitter today. Andrew takes outside corner, he said generously. No balls and 1 strike. Quincy on fire yesterday, 3 hits and 4 runs batted in. He's got his average up to 348 for the summer. Sloan takes it, and that one misses outside in the same place, mysteriously. 1 ball and 1 strike. And just as we said at Raleigh, there goes the obstacle course bounce house. And a guy almost came flying out of it just there. So that's crazy right there. That guy just came flying right at me. And looking back at second, they bluff, and getting back is Freethy. 2 bounce houses right down there, right next to the Can Beer Bar. 1 ball and 1 strike, with Malbrough ready to come up next. Sell looks back at second. Good lead. Breaking ball misses outside. Nice job behind the plate by Alvarez. Keep that one from going to the backstop. Makes it 2-1 now on Andrew Sloan. Got a couple of different teams here. I think this is the opponent of the Sloan fouls it back right at right at Ryburn, number 10, who was behind home plate and recoiled after that ball hit the net. So he's getting out of here. I'm going over to the obstacle course bounce house, man. And now that thing's it's lit now. It's going to be lit now. 2-2. I'm so hip. Lifted right side, giving chases. Pedersen in right field. He's in the bullpen area, and did he make the catch? I think he did. And tagging at second very alertly was Freethy, but what a good catch by Pedersen out in right field, going into the bullpen, and it looked like he tripped on the mound, still made the catch. So that is an excellent play. I guess when your mom throws out the first pitch, it's pretty good luck for you because he's got a base hit and then a real nice catch. So here's Quincy Malbrough coming up out of Folsom Lake College. Had a walk and 3 singles last night and drove in 4 runs. And the Potters come from behind 12-8 win, and Quincy was named the player of the game. Brought to you by Old Town Pizza. Fastball misses the inside corner, 1-0. Top of the order, Cole Eaton to follow is on deck. Dillon pretty short lead at first base. He looks like he's going. He is going. There's the pitch. It's going to hit Quincy in the back with a breaking ball. And Cole Dillon's like, dude, I was like 3/4 of the way down there. Can you get me a stolen base? But we've got bases loaded situation, 1 out, and bring it up to Cole Eaton, who grounded to shortstop his first time up, leading off the bottom of the first. Comes in at 389, the University of Tennessee product, out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Fastball, good-looking pitch right there. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. VIP section. humming down the first base line, and there's going to be a meeting at the mound. I will say that number 5, Riley, in the intern rankings, number 5 is your buddy Jason. And the reason that Jason is at he was at number 3, but then we were looking for the lineups today, and he had it on his phone and didn't tell us. So he finally told us, and I'm sorry, but that has to dock you a couple spots in the ranking. I think you'll agree with me there. So that's number 5 in the intern ranking. That one is high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cole Eaton. The rankings change. Actually, the rankings change literally minute by minute. So it's what have you done for me lately, and that's all. Although if you're number 1, swung on and missed. If you're number 1, it takes a little to topple you out of number 1. Now, if Jason had been number 1 and he committed the faux pas that he committed, he might have fallen out, or he might have been able to hang on to number 1, but his lead would have been much more tenuous, you see. But he was at number 3, and so he was dropped to number 5. That's how it works. Hit out to center field. Blair is going to have to give a little ground. Everybody's tagging. The throw's going to come to the plate. It's a little offline, and that's going to allow Cole Dillon at second to move over to third. So it's a sacrifice fly. The Potters lead at 2-1. It's an RBI for Cole Eaton. And the Potters with now a runner at third and first. That is Dillon at third, and Marlboro stayed at first, and that'll bring up Luke Mancy, who's been swinging a really good bat lately. Got his average up to 368. He walked the first time and scored the first run of the game for the Potters. Outside for a ball. So Jason at number 5. Again, these can change. Not in Jason's case. He's pretty much in at number 5. Although there is somebody at number 6. There goes the runner. It's chopped down to first, but foul. Newcomer Nia moves into number 4. And she does all she's photography. She sings the national anthem. She does a lot of stuff around here. And once I realized she was an intern, I knew she had to be in the top 5. So she's in at number 4, which leaves us with just the top 3. And boy, coveted spots. Mancy lines that one into right field for a base hit. Well, Luke stays hot with an RBI single, and the Potters now lead at 3-1. Only problem with that one is avoiding Quincy Marlboro, who almost got hit with the line drive. He makes it to second base. Potters lead at 3-1. 4th run batted in by Luke Mancy, and now the hottest Potters hitter is Jake Tandy, who came in at 452 and lined a single his first time up. He has 3 home runs. He has 20 runs batted in. And he's up here with runners at first and second and 2 outs in the second. There goes the runner, the throw to third base. It might be in time. It is not in time. As Marlboro takes third, Mancy stays at first. Quincy just in under the tag. Good throw by Alvarez. Right on the money to Johnson at third. Tag just a little bit too late. Pitch was called a strike. That's outside. That's a nice stop by Alvarez to keep it from going back to the backstop. So evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Freethy single, Dillon single, then a fly out by Sloan. Marlboro hit by a pitch, a sac fly by Cole Eaton, and then a line drive base hit by Mancy to drive in another run. And Tandy up here with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Chops it foul, so it's 1-2. Mike Levine working third base for the Potters. I think Tyler Malone is supposed to report tomorrow, so he will be taking over either first or third, I think, for Tyler Robertson, who prefers to stay detached himself from the base paths. See if Mancy is going on a 1 ball, 2 strike count. He is not. Outside with a breaking ball. 2-2 on Jake out of West Sacramento, California, and the University of the Pacific, the Tigers. Two pitches into left field for another base hit for Jake Tandy. He just keeps on doing it and delivers another run. Potters lead at 4-1 now as Marlboro crosses the plate. 4th hit of the inning for the Potters, and Tandy now with 21 runs batted in, and he is 16 for 33 on the season. And here's JT Walden, who Grounded to first, an RBI ground out back in the first inning. Mancy stopped at second base. Sales outside for a ball. Number 3 in the intern rankings is our buddy John, who is doing the on-field work today. And he did some on-field work the other day, and in a pinch, he's always there. And so I've got to give some credit for that. And so John, who's doing a fine job out there today, is number 3 in our first intern rankings of the 2024 summer. Again, so if you start out at 5, you can still make your way to 1 by the end of the summer. I mean, it's not insurmountable. Chopped foul by JT. 2 balls and 1 strike. Number 2 is another on-field announcer who is always doing a lot of stuff around here. I've only seen her a couple times. That's Lauren. She's number 2. Riley, do you agree with that one? Is he looking a little bit skeptical? No, they're my rankings, so it doesn't really matter. 2-1 to JT. Hit high in the air and well to left center field. Giving chase to Smith and Blair. Smith reaches up and makes a nice running catch. That's Bo Smith in left center field, robbing Walden of extra bases. Potters score 3 times. We go to the third. They're on top 4-1.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had him by the collar, said he
Top of the third inning. Potters leading this one 4-1. Got a new pitcher for the Potters, and just seeing if he's on my list here. So any intern that comes up with a name would automatically go to number 1, I think. Right-hander. So Ballantyne goes the first 2 innings. Gives up 1 hit, 1 run. That was earned. He did walk 2 and no strikeouts, and 1 strikeout. So the second Potters pitcher, as we go to the top of the third inning, he'll face the top of the order for the Prime. Brock Sell, Luke Corneliuson, and Alec Blair. Potters trying to go to 7-1 on the season. We got Peter Caldera coming in from Jason. He's number 5 in the rankings, so he can't afford to make a mistake. So we're going to say Peter Caldera because I appreciate Jason for putting himself out there, trying to do the research. So Peter Caldera, the new pitcher for the Potters, right-hander, will deliver to Brock Sell. And Brock slices it down the left field line. That ends up foul in the bullpen. Brock walked to start the game. He is the pitcher DH. Yesterday was Chase Bentley was the pitcher DH, and he did pretty well at both. He had 3 scoreless innings, and he hit a 2-run home run and an RBI single. That's lined in the dugout of the Alpha Prime, and they move out of the way, so it's 0-2. So Bentley was very effective yesterday, and Brock Sell doing the same double duty today for the Prime. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes, endeavoring to get some more information on the newcomer, Peter Caldera. Breaking balls hit down the left field line again, so the left-hand hitting Sell. Poking him down the left field line, still 1 ball and 2 strikes. we start the top of the third with the Potters a 4-1 lead. Right down the middle, call strike 3. Second strikeout for Potters pitchers. First one for Caldera. He'll now face Luke Corneliuson, who was caught looking the first time up back in the first inning. Peter Caldera out of Granite Bay High School, committed to Sacramento State University. He's out of Roseville, California, which is right around here somewhere. And he's throwing about 90 miles an hour, so I got both interns trying to get a better ranking as they're giving me information and pitch counts and all pitch track and everything. And I appreciate it, very much so. We do have that information on the screen, but I don't know if Carson gives the right numbers to that. I think that's popped out of play. Riley, you can't get on the intern rankings. You're not an intern. I just be in the top 2 of the Stones Radio Network's worker rankings today, since there's only 2 of them. Can you come in at least second? I really think you can. Chopped down the third baseline, backhanded by the third baseman. Freethy throws it across the diamond and makes a fine play. So JR with a strong arm after the backhand. He stopped for a second to admire the backhand and then gunned it across the diamond to Tandy over at first base. 2 outs, and Alec Blair will be the hitter. Haven't really got Alec out yet. He was 2 for 2 yesterday in his 3 appearances and got a base on balls, and he walked his first time here today. He also covers a heck of a lot of ground out there in center field. I would say Alec probably about 6'4" out of De La Salle High School. He takes a fastball, and it is a ball too low. 1 ball and no strikes. He's followed by Alonzo Alvarez in the order. That one is too low again from Caldera. Ball 3. So Blair 1 pitch away from getting on base yet again against the Potters. That's right down the middle. 3-1 on Alec Blair. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Potters 4, Prime 1. Or I have to say Alpha. I can't say Prime because that reminds Riley of the Prime energy drink. That is ball 4. And he doesn't like Logan Paul, so then we can't talk about that. So Blair again is on base. And again, the rankings, Jason 5, Nia 4, John 3, Lauren at number 2, and number 1 is my guy down there to my left, Carson. And not really because he does a job on the, giving me the, miles an hour of the pitches and all that stuff, and just kind of really just runs over here way too soon. He's the guy that emptied the garbage here in the press box, and nobody wants to do that job, and he stepped up and did the work. So that propelled him to the number 1 ranking. So congratulations, Carson. Again, you can lose that on a whim, or if I have a bad day, I take it out on you. But for now, you're on top of the mountain, my friend. Blair leads at first base. That is in there for a strike to Alonzo Alvarez, who lined out to third base his first time up. Another good play by J.R. Freethy over there. He's had a couple of fine ones already. Left-hand hitting catcher out of Heritage High School. Fouls that one back to the screen. So after the walk, Caldera comes back strong, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't remember who came out on top at the end last year. Might have been Jack. I don't know. Everybody made strong moves in the last couple of weeks to try to get to the top. And then they went their separate ways. Jack went to Georgia. There goes the runner. Look out inside. And Blair will take second base. I think Dillon, University of Tennessee. That's pretty good. I remember 2 out of 5. That's pretty good. I think Matt was like Boise State or something like that. Maybe Gonzaga. That's high for a ball. 3-2. Maybe he'll let me know. Full count on Alvarez. Mason Pike, who doubled his first time up, he is waiting on deck as the Alpha Prime team behind 4-1. They got Blair at second. Fastball misses outside. So a couple outs and now a couple of base on balls for Caldera in his debut. And here is Mason Pike, second baseman. Pike with the double back in the second inning, barely beating the throw in from left field. Caldera delivers a high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Kyle Pedersen batting in the 6th spot. He's on deck. Activity in the bullpen for Alpha Prime as well. That one misses again. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, I thought so. I thought the obstacle course bounce house would be rocking, and it definitely is now. That one is high. So Caldera in danger of walking the bases loaded here after the first 2 were retired in the top of the 3rd. And there's a call strike. Probably at the top of the strike zone if we're being fair. 3-1. Good crowd out here on a Sunday afternoon. Checking out the Potters. 3-1 pitch is high and outside. So bases loaded, full of Alpha Prime members, and here's Kyle Pedersen, who's singled. He's made a good running catch in right field. His mom threw out the first pitch. It's all working Kyle's way here today. Big right-handed hitter. Going out to talk to Caldera is Andrew Sloan, imparting some words of wisdom to the young right-hander. Beautiful day for baseball out here. A little bit of a breeze. Not too much, and probably not getting a lot of breeze in the next coming days. Fastball in there for a strike. I petitioned the team, I think a couple of months ago. I said, look, I'll tell you something. Wednesday the 5th is going to be really hot, June 5th. And so they did not schedule a game for Wednesday, June 5th. And that was me. Chopper right back over the mound. Second baseman, a nice diving play. He'll go to, he can't make the throw, and 2 runs are going to score. Diving play by Dillon. He went to throw to first, and the ball popped out of his hand. And then scoring all the way from second was Alonzo Alvarez. So Pedersen gets a single. He's going to get credit for both runs batted in. 2-run score. All this happening after 2 are out. And it's now 4-3, and Pike is at second base. Dillon with a tremendous dive to his right to backhand the ball. Then he got up to try to throw. He might have been able to step on second, might not have been. It was a really close call. So he was going to go to first, but the ball slipped out. And Alvarez, to his credit, never stopped running, and he scored easily. Check swing, and he does a strike. There goes the runner on a delayed steal to third, and they throw it down there. They've got him in the rundown. Kind of getting rid of the ball a little too soon, as that is 4-5, and the tag is made on a diving play. But I think that's J.R. Freed who made the final tag on a rundown that went about 4 throws too long, but doesn't matter because the Potters got him anyway. But not before Alpha scores twice. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Potters still on top, this time 4-3. Potters come up to the plate in the bottom of the third. They lead at 4-3, a 2-run rally with 2 outs by Alpha Prime in the top of the inning. Nets them a couple of runs. They close it to 4-3. Jacob Doyle, J.R. Freethy, and Cole Dillon will be the first 3 hitters for the Potters here against Brock Sell, out here for his 3rd inning of work. He's given up 4 runs on 5 hits in the first 2 innings. Doyle flied out to center field his first time up. 7 for 15 on the season as Jacob, with 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Out of Sparks, Nevada, and Batterino. Swings and misses at that one on the outside corner. A fastball from Sell. Throws about 85, 86 starting off. Might have to get Carson to give me like 2 innings later readings as well. That is too high. Unless he doesn't want to be number 1 anymore, and then he won't bring them to me. There's a breaking ball. Drops in on the inside corner for a strike, 1-2. Doyle takes outside for a ball. Very close pitch on that outside corner. Evens it up at 2-2. Jacob with a couple of home runs on the summer already. Just joined the team a couple of days ago. Breaking ball, he has to turn away from that one. Full count to Jacob Doyle, opening up the bottom of the 3rd here on a very nice afternoon in Lincoln, California. 95648. Popped up right side. Chasing it is Corneliuson at first, and it will be out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Doyle. Potters off tomorrow, back in action on Tuesday against the West Coast Kings. That's a 6:35 right here. Swing and a miss. Sell gets the strikeout. That is his first strikeout of the day. And that will bring up J.R. Freethy, who singled his first time up. He's also been in the middle of a couple of good defensive plays. Ran down the runner, Mason Pike, in the top of the 3rd, so he's been busy over there. J.R. out of Nevada Reno as well. Takes that one inside. Check swing, did he go? He did not. It's 2-0. Potters with some moving around in the bullpen down there. A couple of people just standing looking at home plate. 2-0 pitch right down the middle, 2-1. Wasteful fan in the words of Riley as a guy walks by with just 1 beer in one hand. He's got 2 hands, he needs 2 beers, according to Riley. Of course, he might be here by himself and doesn't, or he's with somebody that doesn't want beer, but it doesn't matter. Riley doesn't care because he's all proud because his dad said he was the top intern at the company last year. 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4. What he doesn't tell you is there were only 2 interns. The other one was his sister, and she lasted 2 days and said, I don't think this is for me. And so Riley is number 1 out of those 2. But hey, you showed up. You did the work, my friend. That's great. Cole Dillon's going to be the batter. He singled his last time up, his first hit of the summer. Well, he's 1 for 4. He later scored. That's outside. 1-0. Two walks for Sell and 1 hit batter so far in 2 and a third innings. Preethy leading at first base. Dillon takes inside for a ball. 2-0. Cole Dillon from Rockwall, Texas, which doesn't sound like a big metropolis to me. Maybe I'm wrong. 2-0 pitch, bends him back, 3-0. Now what about that fan, Riley? Got a beer in one hand and a kid in the other. Is that okay? Or does the kid need to have 2 beers because he has 2 hands? There you go. Riley's a genius. That is very good. Dillon takes that one down the middle, 3-1. That is what it called adjusting on the fly, Riley. That was very, very well done. Maybe you were the best intern last year. Maybe. When your competition only lasted 2 days, maybe you were the best. We set the bar low at Stones Radio Networks because look who we hire. Come on. 3-1. Good lead at first by J.R. Freethy. He gets back on the dive. Now there is some real activity in the Alpha Prime bullpen. 3-1 pitch in the dirt. 2 straight walks after an opening strikeout for Blake Sell. He's got runners at first and second. Andrew Sloan coming to the plate. Andrew hit a fly ball to right field that Pedersen made a fantastic running catch on in foul territory, running through the bullpen area over there. That was back in inning number 2. He's up here with 2 on and 1 out. Potters with a precarious 4-3 lead. We've had lead changes in both the games from last night to today. Looks like Cooper Sides warming up, number 10 for the Alpha Prime team. Sloan takes a breaking ball. That was a beauty in there for a strike, 0-1. Cooper Sides, I remember seeing him on the sideline. I think he's like 6'5" or something. A very tall gentleman. Throw back to second base, and the throw a little bit off the mark there. So back in was J.R. Freethy. Quincy Marlboro will follow, hitting in the number 9 spot. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 0-2 on Andrew Sloan. Cooper Sides not on the roster that Carson gave me. That may affect his ranking. Although he did give me a qualifier when he gave me the roster and said it may not be complete. So we've got to take that into consideration as well. There's a lot going on. William Nebus. There's call strike 3. William Nebus is warming up, pitcher out of San Jose, California, and Kansas State University. He is loosening up for the Potters in their bullpen. And that will bring Quincy Marlboro. Hit by a pitch back in the second inning, scored a run, 3 for 4 last night, drove in 4. So Quincy's up here with runners at first and second, but now 2 outs as Sell has 2 strikeouts here in the third inning. Outfield straight away. Quincy takes high for a ball, 1-0. Top of the order, Cole Eaton on deck. One-0 pitch coming up. Swinging a foul on a breaking ball. He's found the breaking ball a little bit more here in the third inning. That one fouled back by Quincy. Willie, was that delivery from an intern? Because I got to put her in the rankings if it was. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Quincy. As he walks around, he's got to think about that one, readjust the gloves, etc. Someone delivering Willie Preston a nice cool beverage. And that's going above and beyond right there. That's some good points right there. 1-2. In the dirt, that's another good block by Alvarez. Very active behind the plate. 2-2 on Marlboro. Out of Folsom Lake College, where he had a tremendous season just concluded, batting .360, .359. I'm giving the extra point. There goes the runner, but the steps off, and he's got him hung up. Chased, and running it down and tagging it. Finally, I believe that's Mason Pike making the play and running down J.R. Freethy. So both teams get caught out with the runners on second base, and that's the end of the third inning. Potters on top 4-3.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, From minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
William Nibbs comes in for the Potters, a left-hander out of San Jose, California. He will face Rashad Hayes, Troy Elson, and Bo Smith, the bottom of the order. Caldera, 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs. He did strike out 1, and he walked 3. So third pitcher today, William Nibbs. Left-hander, warming up for the Potters as we go to the top of the 4th inning here on a Sunday afternoon. Tomorrow we're off, and then Tuesday, 6:35, West Coast Kings come to town. Wednesday, an off day. Thursday and Friday, the Menlo Legacy come back for 2 on the 6th and the 7th. Then the West Coast Kings, a different squad, the West Coast Kings, not the one who was in on Tuesday, and also not the one that's going to play in the PEL with the Potters. They'll be in on Saturday, and then on Sunday, it's the Seals from the Bay Area. So lots of action coming your way. Sunday is a 1:05. I think maybe I have to check on Friday. Might be 6:05 because it might be a fireworks day. So that's something to keep in mind. Go to LincolnPotters.com for information and to get tickets. And again, Pacific Empire League play starts on the 18th with a 6-game set, 3 against Humboldt and 3 against Medford. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to want to get tickets and come and check those series out. First pitch is high and outside to Rashad Hayes, who was at the plate when Mason Pike was caught off trying to steal third and in a rundown early like the one we just had with the Potters and J.R. Freethy. That one is in there for a strike, 1-1. So Nibbs spelled G-N-I-B-U-S. Kansas State University. Swings and misses. So the first pitch a little bit lax there, but the next 2 from William, very nice. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeltsin to follow, and then Smith. 7, 8, and 9 for Alpha Prime here in the 4th. Fouled out of play by Hayes. A shot out of Bishop O'Dowd.
Foul ball brought to you by Current Capital, a venture capital firm accelerating the success of female-founded consumer brands. Visit Current Capital.
1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll try it again. I think he went around, and the umpire is agreeing with me, so the batter is out. I don't take any credit for it. So Nibbs with the strikeout to start us off here in the top of the 4th, and that'll bring up Troy Yeltsin out of Rockland, California. RBI ground out back in the 2nd inning. Nibbs early on from 88 to 90 with the fastball. So left-hander against left-hander, 1 out in the 4th. That's a chopper. That's going to be a tough play. It's the shortstop handling it over to first and not in time. Elson is far past it as he hit just high enough. Mancy came in and did all he could, but he's not a miracle. He's not a wizard out there, okay? Infield single. Hit number 3 for Alpha Prime. It brings up Bo Smith, who flied out to right in the 2nd, disappointing almost everybody because he's the Dueling Dogs batter. And this, as I said earlier, is a day that you want to get a discount on your Dueling Dogs. It's a warm day out here. It's just conducive to a nice cold brew. Hits that one up in the air to right field. Doyle giving a little ground, but he's going to have it and makes the catch. So Bo is 0 for 2, but he's disappointed many people as the crowd collectively, oh, now I have to pay for my own beer. Oh. 2 outs, and here is Brock Sell, the pitcher / DH. Left-handed hitter is struck out and walked, so he is 0 for 1, 0 for 5 in the 2-game set. Brock out of Tokay High School. Nibba's fastball is high and inside. Sloan leaping up to keep it from going to the backstop. 1-0. That's in the dirt. 2-0. Luke Corneliuson on deck, number 2 hitter in the order. He has struck out and grounded out so far. Nibba's fastball is in there for a call strike. Brock Sell kind of went, okay, all right, 2-1. I'll deal with it. With the left-hander Nibbis on the mound. Yeltsin not getting a big lead. There's a swing and a miss at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Sell. There's a chopper. That's going to be a tough play, too. Sell gets down the line very quickly. He's going to beat that out. So 2 infield singles in a row is Nibbis. Nothing he's doing wrong. He's getting guys to ground out, but they're hitting it too high on the ground. And Sell has a single. 2 hits in the inning. They've gone collectively, I don't know, 85 feet maybe. Maybe not quite that far. Doesn't matter, though. Here's Corneliuson in a situation where he could tie this one up, at least for Alpha Prime. Luke has struck out looking and grounded to third. Fastball by Nimitz right down the middle. A solid 90 right there for William, and he's ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Alec Blair, who the Potters haven't gotten out in 2 days, is on deck. Left-hand hitting center fielder. There's another big chopper. This time it's the second baseman to try to go to first, and he pulls it off the bag, and he's called out at first base on the tag by Tandy. It looked like he was clearly off the bag, and we may have they're going to come and ask the home plate umpire. I didn't think he tagged him. I thought he just clearly came off the bag. So we'll see. It would have a tremendously tough play. That was Dylan. I think he is safe at first base off the bag. So we have a bases loaded full of guys with chopper singles, but they can't nonetheless. And now Tyler Robertson is not happy with the way that was adjudicated, so he's going to make you can always appeal. You get 1 phone call and you can appeal. Tyler trying to reason with an umpire, which I don't know works. I don't know if it works. He's a little upset at the fact that the Potters already had left the field and everything. He was called out at first initially. And Tyler just said, hey, we had to go back on the field. We're already in the dugout. That did hold no water with the umpire. He said, that's okay. He was off the bag, and I'm going to call it safe, and he's safe. Which is, I don't know if that's a good attitude, but I think that's what I'd do if I was an umpire, too. I do not know that I've seen 3 balls consecutively bounced as high as those 3 have been. It was another 60 or actually, I'll give him an 80-foot ground ball there, maybe 90. So still under 200 for the 3 hits, but they are all on base. And now Blair, who's walked twice today, he walked once and had 2 hits yesterday. He's up here with the bases loaded. And he takes a high fastball. And Nibbis has got to go, come on, I've been getting guys to ground out. What's going on out here? But someone's going to say, oh, it's baseball. Yeah. Thank you, Riley. Right down the middle. That's baseball, too. 1 ball and 1 strike. You ever notice when weird stuff happens, whatever sport it is, they just say, well, that's golf. Doesn't matter. That's tennis. 1-1 is high, 2-1. I'm sure somewhere out there. Well, that's cricket. Yeah. 2 balls and 1 strike. Blair out of De La Salle High School. 2-1 pitch is down low. 3-1. So 1 pitch away from the walk that would tie this game here in the top of the 4th inning. That is too high. So Blair, his 3rd walk of the day. He's going to get an RBI for this one as Yeltsin comes across the plate. Sell moves to 3rd, Corneliuson to 2nd. And that'll bring up Alonzo Alvarez. Alvarez is lined to 3rd and walked, so he is 0 for 1. Fastball is inside. 1-0 on Alvarez. Inside. 2-0. Evan Oden out of Lincoln, California, warming up for the Potters in their bullpen as Nibis has had the ultimate hard luck inning. You got 2 outs and they got 3 big bouncers and they all turned to base hits. And a walk scores a run and we're tied at 4. That is inside again. 3-0 on Alvarez. Sells at 3rd, Corneliuson at 2nd, Blair over at 1st. Ball 4. Sell will score the go-ahead run. Corneliuson moves to 3rd, Blair 2nd. Alvarez picks up the RBI, his 2nd of the series, and Mason Pike is the next hitter. As Andrew Sloan goes out and talks to Nibis. 2 runs in. It's a 5-4 score now in favor of the Prime. And Pike, who has doubled and walked today, will step in. Right-handed hitting second baseman. Out of Puyallup High School. He's committed to go to Oregon State University. Right-handing second baseman settles in. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 on Pike. Kyle Pedersen, who is 2 for 2 in this game, is on deck. Sharply hit to the left of 3rd. Freethy with a nice pickup. JR across the diamond. What a play by JR Freethy to keep more runs off the board for the Prime. But they do come up with 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Prime on top, 5-4. Five to 4, bottom of the 4th inning. Cooper Sides takes over on the mound for Alpha Prime. Broxell went the first 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs on 5 hits, that is. He struck out 3 and walked 3. So Sides comes on. Cooper Sides wearing number 10, right-handed pitcher. About 6'4", 6'5", it looks like. So Quincy Marlboro was at the plate when Freethy was thrown out trying to steal third. So Quincy will start us off here in the bottom of the 4th. Potter's down 1. It's another game just like yesterday. First of all, Alpha Prime went out 6-0. But then after Potters came back and scored 7 times to take the lead, then Alpha Prime came back and took it at 8-7. Potters went up 9-8, and the Potters eventually won 12-8. And today it's been Potters 1-0, then 1-1, then Potters 4-1, then 4-3, now 5-4 Alpha Prime. Sides concluding his warm-up tosses here as we are ready to go. Albro then the top of the order. That'll be Cole Eaton and Luke Mancy. Here comes Quincy. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and scored a run. Last night's player of the game with 3 hits and 4 runs batted in. Looking to start something here in the bottom of the 4th. Matt Lundgren, the general manager, president, and whatever else of the Potters, having a birthday today. His present, having Willie Preston sing him happy birthday. Here's Quincy. Takes a fastball, and it's in there for a strike from Cooper Sides. Again, about 6'4", maybe 6'5". He's a tall one out there. His fastball was inside right there to Quincy. 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball is in there. 1-2. High fastball. Evens it up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole Eaton on deck. Cole with a sacrifice fly today. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Good take by Quincy. Leading off here, bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Marlboro's down on strikes. So Side strikes out the first batter he faces. He'll face now Cole Eaton.
Now batting for your Potters, our center fielder from the University of Tennessee, Cole.
Cole grounded to short in the first, then on a sacrifice fly in the second, so he is 0 for 1 and driven 1 in. Came into the game at 389. That one is outside. 2-0 now on Cole Eaton. Carson gave me the paper with the velocity, and I already had it written down. Fastball's in there for a strike. He said 92, and I already had 92 written down. So, hello. Am I taking his job? Maybe I am. I don't know. Swung on and fouled. Do I want his job? No. But I might take it, just so I can have it, although he is number 1 in the rankings. Two balls, 2 strikes on Cole Eaton. Luke Manzi to follow. Potters trailing at 5-4. Alpha Prime with the new pitcher Cooper Sides in relief of Broxell. Kyle Pedersen has moved in behind the plate for the Alpha Prime team. He's lifted high up in the air, short left center field. Moving over is Bo Smith, and he will make the catch on the run. And Eaton is retired, so 2 up, 2 down for the Potters in the bottom of the fourth, and that will bring up Luke Mancy, who is 7 for 19 coming in. He's walked in single, which makes him 8 for 20, which is a nice 400 batting average. Drove in a run as well. Luke has 4 runs driven in now for the summer out of the University of New Mexico. Fastball misses from sides. 1-0. That's a line down the left field line. It's curving. It is a foul ball, and not by much down that left field line. So Mancy just missed an extra base hit by a couple of feet there. He'll come back to a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Fouled off by Mancy. That's chopped foul again down the third baseline. That is call strike 3 inside corner. So Sides comes up, goes 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth. Prime on top, 5-4.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Top of the fifth inning. Potters trail 5-4. New pitcher is Lincoln's own Evan Oden, who comes on in relief. He will be the fourth pitcher for the Potters in this one. Evan out of Lincoln, California, and Sierra College. Ballantyne started, then Caldera, Nibis, and now Evan Oden. He will take on Kyle Pedersen and Rashad Hayes and Troy Yeltsin, 6, 7, and 8 for the Alpha Prime team. Pedersen, as we said, just moved into the catching spot. We think what happened is he went to catcher. Bo Smith went from left to right, and Alvarez went out to left field. So Alonso doesn't have to get up and down for the next 4 or 5 innings, take a break on the legs. So Pedersen is 2 for 2 today. He drove in 2 runs back in the third with a single. He's followed by Hayes and then by Yeltsin. As we've made it to the top of the fifth inning here. Taking tomorrow off after this one, then we're back Tuesday at 6:35. Come on out and see the Potters take on the West Coast Kings. Then Friday, as I said, Wednesday, I knew it was going to be hot months ago, so I asked to take the day off, so there's no game on Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday, it's the Menlo Legacy circling around to revisit McBean Stadium. And then on Saturday, West Coast Kings. Sunday, the Seals are in town. Here's Kyle Pedersen. I don't know that we've ever done a game where the guy's mom threw out the first pitch. That's pretty good. Especially when the guy goes 2 for 2. But let's nip that in the bud right here, Mr. Evan Oden. It is the Farmer's fifth inning. I got to remember this, which means that the first batter makes an out in the fifth inning, no matter what means necessary, it's half off Farmers Brewing Products. And I think I got that right, and it's perfect day for that right now. Breaking ball, call strike 2. And it's a perfect day for that, and it's a perfect time to put, no offense to Ben, but it's a perfect time to get him out so we can get half off Farmers Brewing Company. I don't mean any personal animus here, okay? That one outside misses. 1-2. Evan Oden, right-hander from Lincoln High School, the Fighting Zebras. About 2 miles behind us or so. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So thank you, Evan Oden. We finally got Kyle Pederson out, but we also got half off Farmers Brewing Company. Here's Rashad Hayes. Shortstop has sacrificed and struck out, so he is 0 for 1 in this one. 0 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. That's fouled back to the screen. 0-1. Uh-oh, it's Quesadillas from Hobby. The world is awesome again, ladies and gentlemen. Hobby has done it again from Mi Ranchito. Patronize him when you come to the ballpark. Go to your left. Riley, if you yell at Hobby, it goes out over the air, okay? Have you been on a broadcast before? Do you know about this? Is your food delivery not quite to your liking? Is that what it is? Okay, fair enough. Hit sharply down the third base line. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Rounding the bag is Hayes. He's going to move for second. Picked up in left field by Malbrough, but easily into second is Rashad Hayes with his first hit of the series. A double down the line, and the Prime is in business. Runner at second and 1 out in Troy Yeltsin, the Rockland product at the plate. He has got an RBI ground out in the second, then an infield single in the fourth. He later scored. Left-handed hitter playing at third base today for Alpha Prime. They move all their guys around. Owen's pitch is hit right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Hayes is going to be sent all the way. Picked up by Eaton in center field. Strong throw, but too late. And Hayes scores. Second hit for Troy. Second run batted in for Troy. It's a 6-4 ball game. And Bo Smith, the right fielder, who is the Dueling Dogs batter. Now, we've already got half off on Farmers Brewing Company. If we can double that up and do half off on Dueling Dogs, it could be the greatest day in history. I think then you'd get 6 beers for the price of 1 or something. I don't know what the numbers are. I'll have to run them through the numbers people, the finance people here at Lincoln Potters LLC or whatever it is. There's a breaking ball in for a strike, 1/3 of the way here. And the crowd anticipating this. Even birthday boy Matt Lundgren's going, I got to check this out. I might get a good deal. A great deal, I would say. Another breaking ball fouled off by Bo Smith. For a second, it looked like Tandy was going to have a chance to catch it, and the crowd was saying, let it drop, because they wanted a chance for a strikeout, which, hey, it's Sunday afternoon. I agree.
All right, come on, dog barks. Where's my barking dogs? Where are the barks? Come on, let's hear it.
And Willie's got his barking dog soundtrack working overtime on this one. Here's Oden's pitch. Lined into left field, base hit. Foiled again. Curses, foiled again. Now, we still have the Farmers Brewing Company, so we're still okay. Smith delivers a single, third hit of the inning.
Well, not a strikeout, but you can always get yourself a nice goal.
Yeltsin stops at second base, and with 2 on and 1 out, Brock Sell is the hitter. Brock, not the pitcher anymore, but he is the DH. Yesterday, Bentley, when he left, He left it for Trent Roach, but today it is Brock Sell staying in the DH spot. He has walked, struck out, and singled. One of the big bouncing singles back in the 4th inning. Off of hard luck William Nibbis. Swing and miss from Evan Oden. No balls, 1 strike. Luke Corneliuson on deck. The top of the prime order. Sell number 1, Luke number 2. Lifted left side. Coming on is Marlboro. He's going to have to hurry. He makes a diving try, does not make the play. They might have a play at third, though, and they're going to force the runner at third. Yeltsin did not come halfway. He assumed there were going to be a catch there, so it's going to end up being a fielder's choice for Brock Sell. Yeltsin is out at third base. Marlboro went to the field, kept his composure. Good job by the Potters to take advantage of that opportunity. 2 outs. Smith now at second, Sell at first, and Corneliuson the hitter. He struck out, grounded to third, and singled. He had the third big bouncing single back in the 4th inning. Breaking ball, nice pitch inside corner for a strike. One in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the 4th, and 1 here in the 5th for Alpha Prime. That's lifted foul. Potters with 1 in the first and 3 in the second. Quickly 0-2 on Luke Corneliuson. Potters straight away in the outfield, medium deep. Breaking ball's hit to left, and that is hit deep. Going back is Marlboro. He won't get that one. It's out of here. A 3-run home run by Luke Corneliuson, and the Prime take a 9-4 lead. Scoring ahead of him, Brock Sell and also Bo Smith. 4 runs for Prime on 4 hits here in the inning. And Alec Blair, who hasn't made an out this weekend yet. 2 for 2 with a walk yesterday. No official at-bats in 3 appearances, 3 walks today with a run scored and a run driven in. So the left-hander settles in with teammate Corneliuson giving his team a little bit of breathing room. So the Potters are going to have a little bit of bigger hill to climb. Blair takes for a strike. Same thing, that one's fouled back to the screen, perilously close to the Stones Radio Network's camera. And Riley, if that camera's hit, you will go down in the rankings, I'll tell you that, my friend. Oh, and 2. Takes, and that is just a little outside. And I thought it might have got Blair out finally, but he lives to fight another day at 1-2. Misses outside again, so evens it up. Alonso Alvarez, who we think went from catcher to left field, is on deck, and that does look like Alonso Alvarez. Swing and a miss, got him on strikes, but not before 4 runs score in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the inning. Prime leads this one 9-4.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
$100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar
Bottom of the fifth inning, Cooper Sides is out for his second inning, and let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. We think Alvarez is over at first base. In left field is Yeltsin. Right field is Smith. Pedersen's behind the plate. And I got to figure out who's at third base, and I'll have everything figured out because Yeltsin started at third base. Okay, so that is number 2. That is Luke Corneliuson. Okay, very nice. So Corneliuson at third, Hayes at short, Pike at second, Alvarez at first, Pedersen behind the plate, Yeltsin in left, Blair in center, and Smith in right. All right, very good. Well done by everybody concerned. Everybody in the interns moves up a spot, except for Carson, of course, because he didn't do anything and also because he's already number 1. Here's Jake Tandy. He's got 2 hits today. The Let's Go Tandy chants reverberate around the park. 16 for 33 with 3 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Jake lines that one over shortstop into left field for a base hit. Into left center. Cut it off will be the left fielder. That is Elton gets it in, and Tandy stays at first base. Again, 3 for 3 for Jake. He had 3 hits his last 3 at-bats yesterday, so he is 6 for his last 6 with 5 singles and a double. Here's J.T. Walden, an RBI ground out in the first, then a fly out to left center. He hit the ball very well, and at that time left fielder Bo Smith made a nice running catch on it. So he's up here against Cooper Sides. He chops it foul. It's the first Potter's hit since the second inning. They now have 6. Left-handed hitter J.T. Walden. 2 home runs on the summer. Sides with a breaking ball. It is high and outside for a ball, 1-1. Very pleasant day out here at McBean Stadium, except for the score, of course. Walden swings and misses off speed pitch. 1-2. He's followed by Jacob Doyle in the Potter's order under the tutelage of manager Tyler Robertson. Mike Levine coaching at third base. Throw over to first base. And the coach who's filling in over there didn't even tell him to get back. So, Riley, maybe you should go coach first base. No. Second thought, that's a bad idea. Walden takes outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on JT. It's the bottom of the 5th. Potters trailed 6-0 last night, and they came back and won that one 12-8. They're down by 5 here. JT pops it up left side. 3 converging on it. Looks like Corneliuson is going to try to make the play, and he does. Looking back up in the sun, an excellent play by the new third baseman, and Walden is out for the first out here in the 5th, and that'll bring up Jacob Doyle, who has flied to center and struck out. So Jacob 0 for 2 in this one. From Nevada Reno, or just University of Nevada, whichever one you want to call it, the big right-handed right fielder up here. Throw back over to first base, and Tandy is back in. That is high from Cooper Sides. Broxell went the first 3 innings. Gave up the 4 runs the Potters currently have. Sides came on in the 4th and had a 1-2-3 inning. Gave up a single here to Tandy. Doyle lines one foul down the third base line. And it is 1-1 on Jacob. 2 strikeouts for Sides in the 4th inning. 4 strikeouts on the day for Alpha Prime pitchers, as we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, so through 4 1/3. Outside. Job by Pedersen to get out and keep that one from going to the backstop. Swing and a miss on that breaking ball. Slider got Jacob going after it, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still the 5th inning, so Farmers Brewing Company still half off down there. Breaking ball swung on and missed again. So Sides comes up with his 3rd strikeout in an inning and 2/3, and that'll bring up J.R. Freethy, who has walked and singled and been in the middle of a lot of defensive plays as well, the left-hand hitter from Nevada Reno. As Piper is around an area where bubbles are showing up, and that's never a good combination. And if you think that sounds like a good recipe for a bachelor party, then I can't help you. Piper and bubbles. Throw over to first base to get Tandy to return to first. He does so. JR takes a strike on the inside corner, so it's 0-1. Sides with a pretty easy delivery. Again, he's right now all arms and legs. Freethy takes inside, it bounces off the catcher, Pedersen, and goes down the first baseline. Moving up is Jake Tandy, so it's a wild pitch. Gets himself into scoring position for J.R. Freethy, but there are 2 outs here in the 5th. Cole Dillon will follow if J.R. can keep it going. JR takes outside. Very close pitch right there. 2 balls, 1 strike. JR was 0 for 1 yesterday. Did score 2 runs. He was on base 3 times. He's been on base both times here today. Chops a foul of a breaking ball down the first baseline toward the Potters dugout, so now it evens up 2-2. Potters with 1 in the first, 3 in the second. That has been the extent of their scoring. Prime started in the second, 1 in that inning, and then 2 in the 3rd and 4th, and then 4 in the 5th. The Corneliuson 3-run home run, the big blow in that one. That's in the dirt, blocked again, but Tandy's going to take off, picked up by Pedersen, not in time. And Jake takes advantage of another wild pitch and gets into third base, where he's greeted by Mike Levine. Way to go, Jake. Jake's like, I probably shouldn't have slid there. Full count on J.R. Freethy. Sides going to the windup. Big breaking ball, misses outside, so Freethy's on base again. First and third, 2 outs, and here's Cole Dillon, who has singled and walked in this one. Lined a single back to left field and scored in the second inning, and then walked in the third. Out of Rockwall, Texas, and again, I do not believe that's a bustling metropolis. Or like a big, it could be bustling, but it's not really a metropolis, you know. I like it better smaller is what I'm saying. Fastball in there for a strike. That one up around 91 or 92 from Cooper Sides. Sharply right back to him, and he gloves it and throws to first for the out. So 2 runners for the Potters, but nothing happened, and we go to the top of the 6th. They trail it 9-4.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PFAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Top of the sixth inning, new pitcher for the Potters, Jack Nielsen out of Lincoln, California. The left-hander comes on to face Alonzo Alvarez, Mason Pike, and Kyle Pedersen. 4, 5, and 6 for Alpha Prime. They lead at 9-4. Piper with the dance contest. A little less attended with the being in the sun and everything. That's a tough place for a dance contest. And let's see what the choice is going to be. Piper is going to make his choice. He can't play favorites. He doesn't know what to do. He asks John. John's going to lose his ranking because he doesn't know. He gives it up to. Did he give it up to himself? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yes, he did. He puts on his new Lincoln Potters hat. So Jack Nielsen is your pitcher. Ballantyne started, Caldera came in, then Nibis and Evan Oden, and now Jack Nielsen as we start the top of the sixth inning. Alvarez has lined out, he has walked, and then he's walked. So he is 0 for 1. Alvarez lined out to third in the first inning, walked and scored in the third, then walked in a run in the fourth. His second RBI of the two-game set, and he'll be the first hitter against Jack Nielsen. The left-hander from Lincoln High delivers outside and high. 1 ball and no strikes. Piper high-fiving a lucky young fan. That one catches the outside corner, so it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Alvarez out of Heritage High School. Catches the outside corner again with that one. 1-2. Perfect location by Nielsen. Same spot. Just a little bit outside. 2-2. You get 2 calls right there. You go back there. That's just good smart thinking right there. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Good pitch by Jack Nielsen. He got the strikeout. So 1 down here in the sixth, and Mason Pike will be the hitter. Mason doubled and scored in the second, then walked in the third and grounded to third in the fourth. On a good play by J.R. Freethy. Right-handed hitter. Puyallup, Washington for Mason Pike. Hit high in the air to center field. Room out there for Eaton. Cole has it in left center. Hit pretty well by Pike, but he is retired for the second out. And Kyle Pedersen coming to the plate. Kyle has a single in the second, a 2-run single in the third, and then a strikeout in the fifth.
Now batting for the Alpha Prime, number 27, Kyle Pedersen.
Kyle started out in right field. He is now behind the plate, and the first pitch is right over the middle for a strike. 1-1. I think I can say, I'm contractually allowed to say one more time that his mom threw out the first pitch. I can't say it anymore. I've already said it enough. I looked in the broadcaster's code, and that's how many times you can say it. Breaking ball. Nice pitch by Nielsen. 0-2. Rashad Hayes to follow if Kyle can get things going or get something going here for Alpha Prime. 0-2 coming up from Nielsen. Breaking ball again down at the back foot, and that's inside for a ball when he got the strikeout of Alvarez. But Pedersen held off on it. Fastball tails away from not only Pedersen but the plate, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Piper with the, I don't know if that's a water gun, I think it's the bubble machine. It's a dangerous combination. You don't want that to happen. 2-2 pitches hit very well to center field. Eaton's going to have to go back on that one. He's got some room, reaches up, and he has got it. So hit well, but retired 1-2-3 here in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Potters trailing at 9-4.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Yes! Riley, the engineer, tell me you got that on the Riley cam. What a job. Give it up. I don't care if he came in second. Guy in the white shirt, you are my hero. I love it when they lurch out on the field. I say that all the time. And not only did he do it, but he did it after the other guy had already made it to the end. He didn't even have to go. And he lurches out onto the field. So to those 2 gentlemen, and I told you, Riley, before this started, I said this is going to be good. And it was. Fantastic job, gentlemen. And who was running the mic down there? Was that John? John might have to move up in our intern rankings after you conduct an outing like that, an event like that. It's incredible. The on-field occasion is absolutely amazing, and John is. I don't know if he picked the contestants or how it worked, but I've got to give him. He might move up to number 2. I don't know. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying it's a possibility because I like it when the event delivers, and that one certainly did. If I could give the guy in the white shirt the number 2 ranking, I would do that. Because maybe there should be a fan ranking, and right now there is a fan ranking, and guy in the white shirt is at number 1 fan for the season so far in an event on the field, an on-field training, outside for a ball. So anyone that participates in an on-field event here is eligible for the rankings, and white shirt guy is number 1. Number 2 is the kid who made 3 straight bullseyes with the axes the other day. That's the axe kid. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, he's number 2. You know what I just remembered? Coming up, I believe it's Friday. That's lifted high in the air to right field. Coming on is Smith, and he makes the catch. Sloan is retired. And Quincy Marlboro will be the hitter. Coming up, I believe it's Friday. It's the Medieval Knights guys. And you got to be out here for that. It'll only be like 600 degrees, and they'll be in their armor. And thankfully, it won't be Wednesday. And Friday may be a little bit cooler, so that's good. But they're out here, and that's a party. I mean, you got to come out for that. So they will be competing, although they're not fans. Breaking ball is in there, the slider for a strike. So white shirt guy and axe kid are the top 2 so far as we keep our on-the-field events fan ranking. Outside for a ball. I think my favorite one in the bat spinning, and Willie will have to double-check me on this. Breaking ball in there for a strike. I think it was Sierra College administrators or something a couple years back, and they had 4 of them out there, and they all did the bat spin, and they all ended up on the field. It was a mess. Remember that, Willie? I think it was Sierra College. It's like the president of the college is like wandering around. Fantastic work. Swing and a miss Albro's down on strikes. 2 outs quickly here in the 6th. It's Cooper Sides getting through the Potters very easily right now, and Cole Eaton will be the hitter. Cole has grounded out, hit a sacrifice fly, and fly to left. Cole out of Elkhorn, Nebraska, and the University of Tennessee. Inside fastball from Cooper Sides. There's a guy warming up in the bullpen for Alpha Prime by throwing the ball against the fence. So if that's your thing, he's doing it out there. That must be the first, like just a stretching kind of exercise. If you did that when I was playing, they would have just got you off the field. They said, come on, dude, what are you doing? Now you're supposed to do that. Swing and a miss by Eaton. 2 balls and 1 strike. I think that's just the way they stretch their arm out or something. I'll have to talk to our buddy Brock Raggets and find out what this is all about. That's in the dirt. But I have a feeling that would probably be the next pitcher, because you don't just go tell a guy to throw the ball against the fence for nothing. Unless he's bugging you, and that's like in Little League. That is in there for call strike 2. Looks like Parker Jennings is the gentleman in question. So put him on the radar to come out to the mound for Alpha Prime. Hit up in the air to right field, short right field, first baseman going back and making the play, and that is Alvarez. So another easy inning for Cooper Sides. We go to the 7th. Prime leads this one 9-4.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Jack Nielsen back out on the mound for the Potters. Top of the 7th, he'll face Rashad Hayes, then Troy Yeltsin and Bo Smith. 7, 8, and 9 for Alpha Prime, who enjoy a 9-4 lead, primarily because of a 4-run 5th inning keyed by Luke Cornelison and a 3-run home run to left field. Hayes has sacrificed. He struck out and he's doubled. Scored a run back in that 5th inning. Shot out of Bishop O'Dowd High School. Nielsen very good in the first inning he threw, which is the 6th inning. He struck out the first hitter and got 2 fly balls to center field. He is the 5th Potter to pitch. Andrew Ballantyne started it off, went 2 innings. Then Caldera, Nibis, Odin, and now Nielsen. 2 innings for Ballantyne. The rest had 1, and Jack is out here for his 2nd inning, the Lincoln High product. Freethy at 3rd, Mancy at short. Cole Dillon's at 2nd base, and Jake Tandy over at 1st. Andrew Sloan behind the plate for the Potters in this one. Marlboro, Eaton, and Doyle in the outfield, and here is Rashad Hayes. Shot at 2nd base yesterday. He's at shortstop in this one. Nielsen from the stretch. High fastball, 1 ball in, no strikes. So the introduction of the fan on-field event rankings could have reverberations through the entire organization. I think we might have to get a little more information that's on the inside corner from not Jack, but John, as to what's the name of the guy in the white shirt, because we got to find out. We got to write that down and let him know if he's the winner at the end of the year. We'll give him a free ticket or something. If he's in the bat spinning race, fly out. Right side out of play. So the caveat is we get the free ticket if you win, but you got to do the thing that you were famous for. So if you're in that race, then you have to do that again. I don't think we'll get the kid in the axe kid will probably be, it's any kid. I don't know who it was. We'd have to go back in the archives and find out. breaking ball just fouled off by Hayes at the last second, and he stays alive at 1-2. That one misses outside. 2-2. It's in about 85, 86 miles an hour with the fastball. Takes about 15 miles off for the off-speed pitch. Those numbers coming from Carson, currently number 1 in the intern rankings. Fastball inside corner, he got the strike. 2 strikeouts for Nielsen in the 4 batters he's faced, and that'll bring up Troy Yeltsin out of Rockland. He's got the RBI ground out in the second. He's an infield single, and he scored in the 4th, and he's got an RBI single in the 5th. So Troy 2 for 3 in this one. He's driven in 2 runs. Started out at third base. Lord knows where he's playing now. I think we figured out he's in left field. Left-handed hitter against the left-hander Nielsen. Look out, that one almost hit him. But he seems none the worse. He wasn't even afraid. Seems fine. 1 ball and no strikes. If you want to get on the good side of Willie Preston as the ball's outside 2-0, just bring him some sort of drink with a fruit in it. It's peach, it's watermelon. He can't resist. He loves it. 2-0. Bo Smith to follow, number 9 in the order for Alpha Prime. 2-0 pitch inside, 3-0. So Yeltsin the pitch away from getting on base for the 3rd straight time. He was 0 for 2 in yesterday's contest before being subbed out. 3-0 pitch too high. First base runner allowed by Jack Nielsen is a walk. Yeltsin will go down to first base, and here is Bo Smith, who's flied to right twice and singled, and he still technically is your dueling dogs batter. So he's disappointed us so far by making contact all 3 times, but there's still a chance he can endear himself to Potter fans everywhere by striking out is all we're asking. Come on. Bo out of Vallejo, California, so I have a soft spot in my heart for him. Did not go to my high school, which is closed now, so he couldn't have. Went to St. Patrick's, St. Vincent, which in my day was just St. Patrick's and St. Vincent's, was 2 different places. It's probably accounting or something, so they put them together. Fouls out of play, 1-1. Was that a dog, Willie? Was that a coyote? What the heck's going on over there? No, there are not only dogs on that tape. It might have been a llama or something. I don't know what that was. You get a lot of barking llamas around here. That is the name of my brewery, Barking Llama. 2-1. Broxell, the DH, the current DH, is on deck. 2 balls and 1 strike on Smith. He singled and scored back in the 5th, so Bo is 1 for 3. That's in the dirt. Good block by Andrew Sloan. So Nielsen got the strikeout of Hayes, but then walked Yeltsin on 4 pitches, and he is 3-1 now on Bo Smith. And there's a very big dog who wants him to strike out, from the sound I just heard. Inside for a ball. Might have hit him there. And we're just going to call it a base on balls. Keep our accounting neat and tidy. 2 on, 1 out. Broxell, the hitter. So Bo Smith has really disappointed us as the dueling dogs batter today. He's hit 2 fly balls, singled, and walked. Not good. Meeting at the mound, Andrew Sloan and Jack Nielsen. Probably like, dude, when you were pitching to the first guy, you were throwing good. Just do that again. Which is another reason why I'm not a pitching coach. Brock has walked, struck out, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice. He scored twice in this one. Left-handed hitter. Out of Tokay High School. 6 foot, 160 pounds, according to my roster, furnished to me by the #1 intern in the rankings, Carson. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and that is high and outside. Swings and misses at an inside fastball. Did not show bunt that time. Lost one of his protective devices, elbow pad, I think, maybe. Let's see, yeah, elbow pad around the right elbow. The one facing the pitcher is he's a left-handed hitter. So it's a left-hander against left-hander kind of situation here. Little activity in the Potter's pen. Quickly getting guy up down there. Outside. 2-1. Looks like a left-hander down there. Outside, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on Sell. Corneliuson, who had a 3-run home run the last time he was at the plate back in the 5th inning, is on deck. Kind of licking his chops at the prospect of bases loaded. 3-1, a big chopper out towards second. They're going to have to go to first and can't make the play. That's Dillon trying to scoop it up, couldn't make the play, and Sell is going to be safe at first base. I'm waiting for my scorekeepers to tell me if it's a hit or an error. So it is ruled a base hit, loads the bases, and that brings up Corneliuson, who struck out looking in the first, grounded to third in the third, and then became a problem with a single in the fourth and a 3-run homer in the 5th. He's up here with the bases loaded and 1 out. And he lines it right at shortstop, handled it short by Mancy. And Luke looks around to throw it somebody out, trying to double him up, nobody available. So 2 outs, and here is Alec Blair, who has 3 walks and a strikeout in this one. The center fielder out of De La Salle High School. Scored a run back in the 3rd, drove 1 in the 4th. Riley doing his job, important stuff, as he tells me that Cal Elvis is warming up in the bullpen, and also tells me that the fan, the white guy in the white shirt in the spinning back contest, is Rob. So that's the kind of thing I need from you, Riley, if you want to be #1 on the Stones Radio Network's list. Blair swings and misses. Actually, Gerald Hansen warming up in the pen for the Potters. New #4, just joined the team, I believe, yesterday. He's loosening up. Here's the 0-1 to Blair. Thought about it, held off. It's a high fastball, evens the count 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 7th. Prime 9, Potters 4. That one misses outside. 2-1. Riley, I think that would qualify as a fan new favorite because he had 2 hands and he's carrying 2 hot dogs. So well done. You could carry 2 hot dogs in 1 hand, though. Theoretically. 2-1 pitch misses outside, 3-1. Blair on the verge of walking for the 4th time in this game. And the 5th time in the 2-game set. He is 2 for 3 with 4 walks. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Jack Nielsen. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Everybody moving except for Yeltsin over at third. He'll kind of take it easy. But behind him, Bo Smith and Brock Sell will be moving on the pitch from Nielsen. Blair listed at 6'6" and 185. 3-2 pitch, swings and misses, got him on strike. So Nielsen comes through with the strikeout when he needed it. No runs, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th, though. Potters still trailing 9-4. Bottom of the seventh inning, 9-4 in favor of the Prime. Parker Jennings, the 6'4" right-handed pitcher out of Granite Bay High School, is going to be your new pitcher as Sides goes 3 innings, and Cooper Sides was very impressive. Just 1 hit in his 3 innings. He struck out 4, so he was very impressive, and he will be followed to the mound now by Parker Jennings. He will face Luke Mancy, Jake Tandy, and J.T. Walden. A piece of good news for Potter fans in the park. They're going to extend beer sales for another inning. So, how bad can it be, right? It's a Sunday afternoon, and they're going to extend beer sales. So, pretty good. Jennings, who cut from the same mold as Cooper Sides. Jennings listed at 6'4", 175. It'll be Luke Mancy, Tandy, and Walden. Mancy is 1 for 2 with a walk. Tandy is 3 for 3. Walden 0 for 3 with a run batted in. Potters with 6 hits in the game, and Tandy has half of them. 4 of those 6 were in the second inning, in which the Potters scored 3 times. They have not scored since. Alper Prime broke it open. They led 5-4. They broke it open in the 5th with a 4-run barrage, with Corneliuson's 3-run home run being the big blast. So here's Luke Mancy. Walked and scored in the first, drove in a run with a single in the second, and then struck out looking in the 4th. Fastball from Jennings, who warmed up, as we said, by throwing the ball against the fence, and now there's somebody else throwing the ball against the fence. I got to talk to Brock and somebody to get the throwing the ball against the fence thing down. Mancy takes a fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. So that's Drew Van Court, who's throwing the ball against the fence now as Mancy takes Ian outside. Drew out of Pioneer High School in Woodland. Lined in the left field, that's a solid base hit. Elton goes over and cuts it off. Mancy big round first, and now he's going to have to get back. As with a 5-run deficit, he decides to take it easy, discretion being the better part of valor. He's got his second hit of the day, and here comes Jake Tandy, who has not only got 3 hits today, but he had 3 hits to end the game yesterday, so he's working on a 6 hits in a row streak. And he's been on base 7 out of his last 8 times. Singled in the first, singled in a run in the second, and singled in the 5th. Throw to first, gets away, and going to second will be Mancy. He's thinking about going to third, but probably, again, take it easy there, Luke. So he is in scoring position for Jake Tandy. Jennings right around 92 miles an hour with a fastball to the first hitter and a half. Patterson goes out to chat with him for a second and get everything together, get it on the same page. Tandy waits the first pitch. Fastball's fouled off. Good looking fastball from Jennings. Tandy right there for it, fouls it straight back, 0-1. The come on Tandy people are back out in force. Fouls it out of play, so it's quickly 0-2. Oh, and 2 on Jake out of West Sacramento, California, University of the Pacific. Look out, that's going to hit him. I thought it hit him, but I guess it missed him. And going to third is Luke Mancy. So Jake now with 1 and 2, he's got Mancy 90 feet away. Potters need to pass the baton a little bit here as they trail by 5. Riley is mimicking Jake Tandy's batting stance, which is how you know you've made it as a player. Breaking ball inside again. I'm not quite as inside as last time, but close enough to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Down in the dirt, 3 and 2. So Jake working his way back from 0-2 to 3-2. Inside, now that one hit him for sure. They had him 0-2 and lost him. And again, I always say this, if you're going to throw ball 4, you have to hit me with it, okay? I'm already going to get to first base, so you don't have to hit me with it. So first and third, nobody out. And we have maybe some words being exchanged, I think, as the umpires are stepping in. And here comes the manager for Alpha Prime out to the mound to talk to Jennings, who we said had Mancy singled, went to second on a bad pickoff throw. He is at second right now. Then he goes to third on a wild pitch. And then Tandy, who was 0-2, gets hit on the 3-2 pitch. And the Padres are in business first and third with nobody out. And J.T. Walden, who had an RBI ground out in the first, then fly to left, deep to left in the second, and popped out to third down the left field line back in the 5th inning. So J.T. out of USC comes in here against the third pitcher for Prime, which is Parker Jennings. First pitch is a good fastball in there for a strike. That's the 92 miles an hour that Carson was telling me he saw from Parker Jennings. That one's down low. Kyle Pedersen behind the plate. Corneliuson at third, Hayes at short, Pike at second, Alvarez over at first. Yeltsin in left, Blair in center, and Bo Smith out in right. That's Alpha Prime. And they lead at 9-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball stays high. 2-1 on J.T. Walden. 2 home runs for J.T., both in his first game back as a member of the Potters. He has 9 runs batted in on the season. Make that 10 with the one today. Lines that one into left center field. That could go for a while. It's a base hit. Around second is Tandy. He's going. The ball's all the way to the fence. Tandy will round third. He'll score easily. Walden says, I'm going for 3. It's a relay throw. It's not going to be in time. It's a 2-run triple for J.T. Walden. And the Potters are back within 3 at 9-6. Just hit it squarely and put it right in the perfect spot. J.T. now with 3 RBIs today, 12 for the season. 2 hits in the inning along with the hit by pitch. And here's Jacob Doyle, who's flied to center and struck out twice. So Jacob is 0 for 2. And Riley, there's one of your heroes, great customers, carrying 2 beers, and one guy who's got 1 beer in his hand in his pocket, which you don't care for at all. Doyle swings and misses at a good fastball. 0-1 on Jacob. 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. 7 for 17 now, Jacob Doyle. Swings and misses at a low fastball. Quickly 0-2. J.R. Freethy to follow. The Potters within 3, and they've got a runner at third base. Doyle hits it down the first base line, but foul. and 2. JT walking down the line at third base. Inside with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jacob Doyle. Potters trying to pull off a 5-run comeback. They pulled off a 6-run comeback yesterday. Inside that hit Jacob, I believe. Yes, it did. So 2 hit batters and 2 hits this inning for the Potters. First and third And your tying run is J.R. Freethy, who's been in the middle of the action all day long, offensively and defensively. Offensively, singled and scored in the second, walked in the third, walked in the fifth. So J.R. steps in here with nobody out. And 2 on. Potters have already scored twice. They trail 9-6. J.R. takes a fastball on that inside corner. Tell you when that fastball is right, it's very right for Parker Jennings. Ahead in the count 0-1. Doyle getting the lead at first base. Another fastball, but that misses outside. 1-1. J.T. Walden down at third. Mike Levine doing the coaching down there. In the dirt, good block by Pedersen. But now 2-1 on JR out of University of Nevada. Cool Dillon to follow. That's hit well to left center field. And it's going to be down in the gap. 1 run will score. Going to third is Doyle. It's a double for J.R. Freethy, and now it's 9-7 in favor of the Prime. RBI for J.R. as Walden scores easily. Jacob Doyle read it perfectly, and he makes it to third. 3 runs in the inning and 3 hits and 2 hit batters. It's 9-7, and the batter is Cole Dillon. Cole pops it up on the infield. Second coming over, first coming over. That's Alvarez. He makes the catch on the infield for the first down. So Dillon is retired, 1 out. Still runners at second and third. And here's Andrew Sloan in a big spot for the Potters. They trail it by 2, but they've got those 2 out in the base paths right now. Quincy Malbrough to follow. Sloan takes a fastball right down the middle. I'm going to say that one was 93. That's what I'm going to say. Swing and a miss by Sloan, so it's quickly 0-2. So second and third, no outs, and Jennings gets the pop-up. Now he's 0-2 on Sloan. Andrew takes outside, 1-2. 9-7, bottom of the 7th. 2 teams played a tough one yesterday. Potters coming out on top 12-8. Sloan takes a breaking ball, call strike 3 inside corner. Andrew doesn't quite believe it, neither do the interns to my left, but it counts nonetheless, and Quincy Malbrough will be the last chance for the Potters here in this 7th inning. They've scored 3 times. They have runners at second and third. A pop-up and a strikeout from Jennings. And now Quincy, who has struck out twice and been hit by a pitch. He was the hero yesterday, or one of them. And he comes up here with a chance to do the same today. Fouls it off on a fastball. 0-1. Quincy out in left field for the Potters. Played center field early in the season, has moved over to left a couple of times lately as Cole Eaton has taken over in center field. Fastball's fouled back to the screen again, 0-2. So Jennings has really righted the ship since the double by Freethy. He's got Dillon to pop up, and then he struck out Sloan on a call third strike, and now he's ahead of Malbrough, 0-2. Breaking ball is just a little bit too high, and the Prime guys thought it was strike 3, and the Potter guys said, no, it's too high. And they got the call that time, so it's 1-2 on Quincy. Fastball's fouled back to the screen again. Drew Van Court continues to warm up in the bullpen. He went from throwing against the fence to actually throwing to a living person. So that's progress. 1-2 on Quincy. 8th batter of the inning for the Potters. Breaking ball's chopped out to shortstop. Hayes has it. Takes his time across the diamond and throws it wide. 1 run scores. Here comes the second one, and this game is tied. Hayes took his time, and his throw pulled Alvarez off the bag, and never stopping was J.R. Freethy. He scores the run. Potters have scored 5 times, and this game is tied at 9. No RBI for Quincy because it will be an error on the shortstop. And that brings up Cole Eaton. One ball and no strikes on Cole Eaton, who is grounded to short. He has hit a sacrifice fly to left and popped out to first. He's got Quincy on first, and Quincy takes off. The pitch is hit down the right field line, giving chase is Smith. He dives for it. Can't make the play. Here comes Quincy. He's going to come around third. He will score. And the Potters take the lead on a double by Cole Eaton. Quincy was running on the pitch and just kept running and just kept running and just kept running. The Potters have scored again, and they take the lead at 10-9. Potters have batted around, and here's the guy who started it all back a couple of minutes ago, Luke Mancy. He got his second hit of the game and scored the first run of the inning to start us off. Takes that fastball in there for a strike. Six runs in for the Potters here. Swinging a foul by Luke. Oh and 2 quickly on the University of New Mexico product. Chopper out towards second base. That's Pike over to first. Throws it very lazily and almost didn't make it, but he did. And Mancy is out. Potters scores 6 times. It's a different game as we go to the top of the 8th. Potters back on top. It's 10-9.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the 8th inning on another interesting game between these two teams. They played a 7-game series. It would be wildly entertaining. Gerald Hansen is coming in for the Potters out of Roseville. He will be the 6th pitcher for the Potters. Ballantyne, Caldera, Nimbus, Odin, Nielsen, and now Hansen. So, Nibius, excuse me, not Nibus. Come on, Phantom, what's wrong with you? It's been a long day. There's a lot of pitchers, okay? Come on. And most of them not really on any roster that I've ever had. So it's always interesting to do it that way. Hansen will take on Alonzo Alvarez, Mason Pike, and Kyle Pedersen, 4, 5, and 6, as the Potters score 6 runs with the aid of an error, right in the middle of it. 3 of them were earned, the last 3 not so much. And they take the lead 10-9. So they've come from 6 down in the game last night. They come from 5 down in the game today, but it's still a lot of baseball to be played. And Prime still with 6 outs to work with. Alvarez starts it off. So here's Alonzo Alvarez. He's lined out, he's walked again and then struck out. So 0 for 2, but he has scored a run and he does have a run batted in. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball at the back foot. 0-1. That's the best anecdote I've ever heard, or formula says the scoreboard isn't right, so that means I need to drink more. And that may be a fan of, hey, Riley, get that number right there. That may be a fan of the day. Ground ball, third base line, backhanded by Free. The long throw, he got him. JR coming up huge today, 5-3. We score that in the scorebook as Alvarez is out. And a nice job helping out your pitcher for his first batter as Hansen retires Alvarez, and now Mason Pike, who has doubled, walked, grounded out, and flied to center. Good-looking second baseman out of Puyallup, Washington. Puyallup High School, committed to Oregon State University. They are the Beavers, I believe. Fastball on the corner for a strike. We do the AR games, American River College Beavers, so I have an affinity for the mascot Beavers. I'm not going to say I have an affinity for Beavers. That may be misconstrued. Another fastball, another strike, 0-2. That's in the dirt. Gerald's first offerings, 87 mile an hour on the fastball, according to number one intern Carson. Although John's moving up. John's doing a great job out on the field. And he curated that incredible bat spinning contest. That's hit right back up the middle, slowly picked up by Mancy across the diamond. He got him at first base. Good job, Luke Mancy at shortstop. 2 outs quickly here in the top of the 8th inning, and Kyle Pedersen, who has a couple of singles, struck out and flied to center. Flied pretty deep to center, if I recall, back in the 6th inning. So he's 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Matt Lundgren comes into the booth. I didn't even get him a card, so I'm a little embarrassed. I mean, interns don't have to worry about it. I mean, they don't make any money or anything. I'm fabulously wealthy, and I didn't even get him a card. Fastball on the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Kyle. Rashad Hayes on deck in case Pedersen reaches against Hansen. 1-1 pitch. That's down low in the dirt, very low. About as low as you can get, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch, and that goes to the back foot, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Had to write that line down, Riley, about the scoreboard. Fastball on the corner. The scoreboard doesn't, the math on the scoreboard doesn't add up. I guess I need to drink more. That is a T-shirt. It's not as good an idea as Willie Preston had yesterday, though. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Hansen. Ball 4. Willie Preston yesterday coming out with the tie-dyed uniform jersey idea. And that, chef's kiss. Fantastic. I'll take 2. Make it a 60s night. Throw some Grateful Dead on there. Get a headband. Potter's headbands. Oh, my gosh. Fantastic. Here's Rashad Hayes, who was sacrificed, struck out, doubled, and then struck out again. Scored a run back in the 5th after he doubled. Hansen's first pitch just a little bit too low. I want to give that tie-dye jersey idea is a Willie Preston idea, and it deserves to be done. It would be a tremendous night. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Out ahead of that one, 1-1 on Hayes out of Bishop O'Dowd High School. He's followed by Troy Yeltsin, the Rockland product, on deck, who I think has played like 11 different positions today. Started out at third base. I have no idea where he is now. 1-1 pitch. Hayes takes down low, 2-1. Hansen got the first 2 outs, then a grounder to third and a grounder to short. Pedersen got the base on balls, so Kyle's been on base 3 times here today. And Hayes with the 2 ball, 1 strike count. on a very pleasant afternoon out here. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and popped up on the right side, giving chase is Tandy, but Jake has done just about everything. I don't think he's going to get to that one. And Pedersen's going to have to go back to first base. We are in the top of the 8th inning here from McBean Stadium. It's been a back and forth affair, I think it's safe to say, and the Potters have recently regained the lead. They lead at 10-9. 2-2 coming up from Hanson. Breaking ball is chopped down to third. That's a tough play for Freethy. He's got it on a hop across the diamond. Did he get him? Yes, he did. JR does it again. Freethy with 2 Gold Glove gem plays in that inning. We go down to the bottom of the 8th. Potters still on top, 10-9.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Drew Van Court is the new pitcher for Alpha Prime. He's out of Pioneer High School in Woodland. We have the I've Got Friends in Low Places sing-along going on in the bottom of the 8th, which we have. And John, who's trying to solidify his ranking as an intern, has recruited 4 people to sing, and one of them was not good. The other 3 did a pretty good job. One of them almost killed me. And they're just passing the microphone now, and that's just wrong. So, John, great job on that. The intern scoring again. Drew Van Court, as we said, the pitcher, big right-hander. Nice throw down to second by Pedersen, and we're ready to go in the bottom of the 8th. Potters coming off 6 in the 7th, and a couple of good defensive plays by J.R. Freethy. In the top of the 8th, it'll be Jake Tandy, J.T. Walden, and Jacob Doyle. As Jake Tandy, another promising day. He's been on base 7 straight times in the last 2 games. He's 3 hits and a hit by pitch today.
Now listen off for your Lincoln Potters, number 15, Jake Tandy.
Got another change, I think, behind the plate for Alpha Prime. Breaking balls popped out of play by Jake. 0-1 on Jake Tandy. Came in .452, and he's 3 for 3 today. So that makes him 17 for 34, which is a cool 500. Takes that outside. That is high for a ball. I think Alvarez might have come back behind the plate again. Get a new first baseman out there. So check the first base numbers, Riley, with the Stones Radio Network's binoculars. That's hit sharply past third into left field. It's another Jake Tandy base hit. That's 4 for 4 today. He is 7 for his last 7. And mix in and hit by pitch there, and he's on base a lot is the point. So Tandy at first base, and here's J.T. Walden. JT with a big 2-run triple his last time up. Had an RBI ground out in the first inning, so he's driven in 3 today. Pops that one up. Behind home plate, coming back, the catcher, he makes the catch. Nice play. Nice play by the, I wish I could see his number. It's not Kyle Patterson. I think it might be, it is Alvarez. Alvarez makes the play. So then we'll have another first baseman, and we'll figure out who that is. It looks like it's number 7, and that is Okay, so that's Yeltsin who's moving around again. Yeltsin's back at first base. I think everything's back the way it was once before. Here's Jacob Doyle. Check swing, he went around. 0-1. So Tandy, 4 hits today and hit by a pitch. He had hits his last 3 times yesterday. High fastball to Doyle, who struck out twice, been hit by a pitch and flied to center. Potters could well use an insurance run or 2 here. It's 10-9. 3-run leads are tenuous in this 2-game series. A 1-run lead really thin. Foul back by Doyle. J.R. Freethy on deck. Scoops it up flawlessly. One and 2 on Jacob. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-2. Broxell started, then Cooper Sides, Parker Jennings, and now Drew Van Court for Alpha Prime. Sails high over the catcher's glove and back to the backstop, so going to second will be Jake Tandy. Big run out there for the Potters as Alvarez will go out and talk to the new pitcher, Drew Van Court. Three balls, 2 strikes. Chopper, that's a fair ball, and it's inside the third base line. Here comes Tandy around third. He's going to be waved in to score. The throw is on time, and he is out. Great throw in left field. Riley, get the binocular so I can see who's playing left field. I want to give him credit for that. The last guy we had in left field was Yeltsin. So that is, no surprise, Kyle Pedersen, who can do it all from everywhere. He throws him out at home plate. I thought good chance to score on that one, but that is just a very, very good throw from Kyle Pedersen in left. Second hit of the inning, but now with 2 outs here is J.R. Freethy, who singled, walked twice, and doubled. He's scored twice. He's driven in a run. He takes a strike on the inside corner off-speed pitch from Drew Van Court. First hit of the day for Jacob Doyle. He is down at first base. Potters have 11 hits now. There goes the runner. It's outside. The throw to second is going to be a little bit too late. Nice splits out there by Rashad Hayes. He made the play. Hopefully he's okay. And Doyle steals second base. Rashad came over to gut it, gloved the ball, and then kind of slid. His left foot slid out. Ended up doing the splits, but he seems to be okay. And here is a 1-ball, 1-strike count to J.R. Freethy. On the inside corner, call strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Potters lead by 1. It was almost 2, but Tandy cut down at home plate on the base hit by Doyle. JR pops it up. Center field, Blair waving everybody off and makes the catch. So good defense holds the Potters scoreless in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th. Lincoln clinging to a 1-run lead.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had 'em by the collar, said he
Top of the ninth inning, Gerard Hanson, the new Potter, out here for his second inning of work, and Tyler Robertson going to say, young man, I'm going to turn it over to you to try to, well, I'm going to leave you out there to try to close this one out for us. He's going to face Troy Yeltsin, then Bo Smith, and Brock Sell. That is, Hanson came out and gave up just a walk in the eighth inning, got a couple of ground outs, 2 to third base, 1 to shortstop. So Trent Roach is going to come up and bat for Alpha Prime out of Hollister High School. He'll be hitting for Yeltsin.
Top of the ninth for Alpha Prime, number 32, Trent Roach.
Yeltsin was 2 for 3 today. He scored a run. He drove in 2. And here's Trent Roach, big left-handed hitter, 6'4", starting off the ninth against the left-hander Gerard Hanson. Inside corner strike. That's outside and low from Hanson, so it's 1-1 on Roach. He's followed by Bo Smith as far as the order is concerned, but looks like we have another pinch hitter on deck. That's number 34. That is Joey Lorenzini. That's fouled out of play by Roach. So 1-2 on Roach. Breaking ball, almost hit him. And when I say almost, it was very close, but it didn't. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Trent Roach here, starting off the top of the ninth. Couple of cowbells ringing. Fans just on the edge of their seats in this one. Check swing, almost had him going, did not. It's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Roach. Grounded out to shortstop. Mancy has it. Across the diamond. He got him at first base. So 4 straight grounders under Hanson's tutelage here, and they've all been for outs. 1 out here in the ninth, and Joey Lorenzini is going to be the pinch hitter for Bo Smith. Joey out of Rockland, California. 6'5", 205. He was on the mound for a while in yesterday's game. Pitched 2 innings. So he is going to be hitting now. Brock Sell, the leadoff man, is on deck. So 3 straight left-handers scheduled against Hanson here. And Lorenzini takes outside. 2 really good games here between these 2 clubs. 12-8 Potters last night. And they lead this one 10-9. Lorenzini takes a strike. No, that's outside. That's been a strike for 9 innings. And Riley says it was outside by maybe an inch or 2. That is, okay, 3. Hits it sharply, but fouled on the first base line. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Lorenzini. Potter's trying to go to 7-1 on the season. Swinging a foul back to the screen, so Hanson back in the count from 2-0 to 2-2 here. Breaking ball just too low. Hanson almost had Roach on a 2-2 pitch, almost had Lorenzini on a 2-2, but we go to 3-2 here with 1 out in the ninth. Chopped out to second base. Cole Dillon to first, 2 outs. Hanson having some good luck with this ground ball thing so far, so hopefully he can continue that as he's got Brock Sell with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Sell has walked, struck out, singled, hit into a fielder's choice, and then singled again. So he has 2 hits out of 4 at-bats officially. Left-handed hitter out of Tokay High School. Started on the mound today and then stayed in as the DH and takes a fastball for a strike. That one's in the dirt, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 6 pitchers for the Potters in this one. Ballantyne started. Chop foul. Caldera was second, then Nibis, Odin, Nielsen, and now Hansen. And he's got a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Brock Sell. Breaking ball just misses outside. 2-2. A little bit too low perhaps as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Riley, when I say just misses, you don't have to show me how much it missed by. That just takes all the wind out of my sails. 2-2 pitch hit high up in the air, center field, playable for Eaton. Cole goes to his left, reaches up, Potters win. Hansen gets the save, Potters win 10-9 with a 6-run rally in the bottom of the 7th inning. So that's your final. Potters win it 10-9. We're back with a little post game right after this on the Stones Radio Networks. Welcome back to the Potters post game, brought to you by Friends of McBean. Trying to raise money for a new scoreboard, and I'll tell you, that is something we need as far as we should have the patron saint of the scoreboard be the woman who said, oh, I can't understand the scoreboard. I think I need to drink more. There's a QR code. You can scan that to donate if you'd like to help out Friends of McBean and raising money for that new scoreboard. A great come-from-behind win by the Potters. First of all, they were ahead in this one. Last night, fell behind 6-0, came back and won that one 12-8. Today, 4-1 they led, 4-3 they led, 5-4 they didn't lead, 9-4 after the top of the 5th inning. They come back with 6 in the 7th inning, and they win this one by a score of 10-9. Gerald Hansen gets the save. Our player of the game now, Jake Tandy, was fantastic. 4 hits, and he was on base all 5 times, but we're going to give the nod to J.R. Freethy, the infielder out of University of Nevada, Reno. He came out, he was 2 for 3. He scored 2 runs. He got a run batted in. He also picked up 2 walks, and he made several outstanding plays at third base. So he played the offense and he played the defense. So J.R. Freethy is our Old Town Pizza, Lincoln Potters, player of the game. Potters are off tomorrow. Have to take it easy after this 2-game series against the Prime. Took a lot out of them. Coming back on Tuesday at 6:35 when they take on the West Coast Kings. We thank you for joining us. For Willie Preston, for Riley the engineer, for all the interns, especially Jason and Carson, I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.